to the Norfriends channel. Today it's going to be a little bit different. What I'm doing today is the secret to my lesson plans. This is going to be just an overview of the first 4 or 5 weeks of how I teach music. And so this will be mainly for music teachers. So I bring out whole note, half note. I'm teaching the notes. The first thing I teach the notes. So I bring out the note frames. But when I first started, I made these out of clay. The whole note, half note, quarter note. I made them like this with little arms. So this is whole note. And then what I say with whole note is the long one. You can go back on my video at the very beginning. I have it, and also on my playlist I have, where I have the whole notes and how they talk. And very long. And then half note. She's got a lovely southern accent. Ha! Okay, that's half note. Quarter note. And when you make them out of clay, you just, make a quarter note. And you can put a face on it with black clay. So yellow clay and then black clay. One side happy, the other side sad. Okay? I have eighth note because he's shorter, he's shy. So you go, hi, hi, okay? So he's fast. Same thing, green with arms, legs. I'm not selling these right now because they want me to order 5,000 of them. I can't order 5,000 of these things. My husband would kill me if I had boxes of note friends all over the house. You can do the eighth notes and the 16th notes, same way, okay? So we start off with the notes. For the older students, you can show them that just for fun. Say, oh, this is how I teach the younger kids. Then you can also teach by giving everybody the treble clef. I sing a little song for the treble clef. This is for the older students. This is for the younger students. And for the younger ones, it's treble clef, treble clef. They repeat after me. Treble clef, treble clef. He's our friend, he's our friend. He's no trouble, he's no trouble. Treble clef, okay? F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Our space notes, our space notes. F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. Our space notes, our space notes. Okay, so every good boy does find, or we're teaching them cymbals, staff, treble clef. You can have them write the treble clef, trace it on a piece of paper. This paper here is just practicing their whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, and how to make them on the staff. Also what I do with the students is echo clapping. Most teachers know this. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. They repeat after me. They like that one. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Okay, so I go and do maybe 4 or 5 of those to get them warmed up. I can do something like this, put it on a piece of paper, on a chart. I can put it on a chart. Ta, ta, tiki, tiki, ta. This is when they start learning 16th notes. It gets more complicated. The older ones will go faster. This is for the younger students. So this is ta, sh, ta, sh. And they love sh. Okay, so they start reading all of these one at a time. Then you can start going row by row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half note, ta. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ta. And they're learning to read music this way, rhythms first. And at the same time, you're teaching where the notes are on the staff. Okay? So you adjust your teaching behavior to the students and wherever they're, but the lesson plan is basically the same. It's just harder for the older students. Then I go on to these cards that I got. And you can make them too, but these are cards, and I have them do them really quickly. So they just read it one after another after another. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, ta. And they read them. I can get a child to do it alone, or I could do it as a classroom. See how fast they can go. It goes up to 16th notes, which are tiki, tiki, or notes. I take probably 1 week to give an overview of the 4 families of the orchestra and the periods of music. Although When the students are coming in to sit down, I always have some kind of music going on, Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, or something. When they're coming in and leaving, there's music going. So you're cramming it in their brains from the minute they come into music class to the minute they leave. They're learning about music, or they're hearing music. It's all kind of using the senses, the seeing, the hearing, the feeling, the touching. Later on we get into instruments and little percussion instruments, whatever your school has and their availability. I have at a lot of the schools 4 charts and beautiful charts of the orchestra. I don't personally own them. You can get them from any music store, online music store. And so then I explain the 4 families of the orchestra: string, woodwind, brass, percussion. As each week goes by, I will bring a string instrument, and if I can possibly find one, take it with me to school, a violin, and then I'll bring a woodwind in, maybe a clarinet. I happen to have a clarinet, Warren's, and I have a brass instrument. I have a little trumpet or cornet that I use, that I can bring that in. Renaissance, I'll say the first instrument that ever was. What is it? I'll ask every student, what is the first instrument that ever was? And they guess all kinds of stuff, but it is the voice. Our voice is our first instrument. And they used it in the Renaissance period. And especially the monks that used to sing in these great cathedrals and their voices echoed. It's absolutely gorgeous, Gregorian chants and such. So I do play that for them. And then we go into Baroque, Classical, Romantic, and Modern. As I'm doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, we do strings, woodwind, brass, percussion. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made another chart. This one is just a chart, Baroque, the chants here. Okay, and I have the years, Baroque, Classical, Romantic, and 20th century, which is modern. Okay? So, and I put different, these are for the older students. So there is an overview of what I start with. Now, you can't just bombard them with all this, so we go into a song. Maybe we'll sing a little song that's appropriate for the age. If I get to that. Also, with the little ones, they can only take so much, so we do movement songs. If you've ever heard of Greg and Steve, they're wonderful. They've got some wonderful movement songs where they're moving their bodies. They have to get up and move. After a little bit of listening, they can't take it anymore. Also, Rafi has some good songs, and there's a lot of songs that you can get. And I can demo some of those if you'd like. You can leave comments if you'd want me to. And then if I have time, which most of the time I try to, I try to do a dance at the very, very end. And we do a quick dance. Depends what time of the year it is. I can do an Irish jig, or I can do a Valentine dance, or some kind of holiday dance for Hanukkah or something. Whatever, I try to do dances. On the way out, they're listening to music. So that's 30 minutes right there for the next 5 weeks. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions, you can leave them at the bottom. I try to answer all the questions. They're learning math by learning the rhythms and where the notes are, history, reading, so I put up boards, pictures, listening, everything is involved. Music is so important for schools, and I hope you all will enjoy this year teaching your students music. Sayonara. And then, yes, at the very end, I have to say my sayonara song to my students. It's sayonara, sayonara. Now that our class lesson ends, we say goodbye to our friends. Sayonara, sayonara, sayonara. Until we meet again.
No friends on adventure, seeking the past, jumping in and out, how long?